In this lesson, we'll learn how to envelope geometry to bone chains in Softimage. Enveloping is the process of deforming a mesh by bones or any other scene object in Softimage, which is really neat. In our case, however, we of course want to envelope to the bone chain that we built for our fueling hose, so let's get right to work. It'll be a good idea to create a group that contains all of our bones so we can quickly apply them as envelope objects. So to have that happen, let's go to our selection filter and set this to bone. We'll now marquee select to grab all of them and press Ctrl G. That's the hotkey to create a group. Let's go ahead and switch our selection back to object. Go to our Explorer and rename the group that we've made. So that's going to be envelope objects 01. Okay, great. Now to apply the envelope, it's just a matter of selecting the mesh to deform. That's our fuel line. We'll then go to deform envelope and choose set envelope. Now when we choose this, notice we'll get a warning. This just lets us know that we're under our modeling construction mode. Now what's great is that Softimage will automatically switch us to our animation construction mode for enveloping, and it's just going to be a temporary change. Once we're finished, it will then switch back to the modeling construction mode. That's if we choose yes, which we want to do, so let's go ahead and choose yes. And now we need to go in and choose our envelope objects group. The last thing is to right-click, and now you can see that the envelope has been applied. You can see that our geometry is color-coded, the points on it, to match the bones that control those points the most. And then in the property page that opens up, we can define how many points are going to be affected by the bones that they're tied to. So for instance, as we start to increase this number, that basically means that each point is going to be affected by that many more bones. In our case, we only have 2 bones affecting each point. Next, we have our assignment method, distance base or normal base. Distance base works really well. It looks at the distance between our points and the bones that affect them. So this is going to give us a very accurate result. Now once we're satisfied with these settings, again to clean things up, what we could always do is choose freeze model. So if we were to take a closer look at our fuel line, expand the poly mesh, there's our envelope operator. Expand in the cluster, you'll find the envelope weight map, and just more settings that have to deal with enveloping our hose. Alright, so watch this. With the fuel line selected, to clean things up, we can use freeze model. And what that's going to do is clean up that history that we had to set, again, how many bones would influence each point. So once we're satisfied with that, to kind of optimize our scene a little bit more, we can use freeze model. And that will not destroy the envelope, which is great. Alright, well, let's go ahead and see what this does for us. Now we can select our shift control and start to move that around, and we're getting some really nice results out of that hose. This looks beautiful. Great. Now feel free to go ahead and hide these bones afterwards. Going back to the Explorer, you can go to envelope objects and set this to hide. So on a character rig, if you're working with a group for your envelope objects, chances are at the end of it, you'll want to go ahead and do that. Notice how clean everything is. Now we have a better idea of how the deformations look without the bones being a distraction. Great. So in this lesson, we learned how to envelope objects in Softimage. And again, remember, you don't have to envelope to a bone chain. It can be any scene object in this application.